I avoided sales my whole life until I realized it was the one thing that I needed the most. I just want to give a PSA out there. We all need to learn sales. Regardless if you know it or you don't, you're in sales. You're either selling or you're being sold. And it is the one skill that we all need to learn to kind of like take our lives to the next level. The thing is that most of us, what we do is we pick a product and we pick a service to sell. And then we get to the point where we realize, oh shit, now I got to sell it. And you are hit with the feeling that, man, I don't like how I feel trying to sell. I don't like talking to strangers. Before even picking a product or a service to sell, just go ahead and just sell first. So you need to know how to do cold calls. You need to know how to do cold email. You need to know how to run ads. And most people don't start off knowing this stuff. You know, you need to, and it's so unique because we really shouldn't be like picking out products or services, spending years and years and years trying to figure out the best product to sell, when actually the reality is we should just be focusing on trying to sell everybody else's product and everybody else's service and get really, really good at that and doubling down on that skill set. And then when we, after years, let's say a year, 2 years, ideally, or not even ideal, but just after a good amount of practice and reps on that, then you know more or less how it is. You know, after a good amount of time, you know you would have less mental resistance when you do your own thing. You know, because that's typically what stops people. What stops people is the mental resistance, you know, the hesitation to get on the phone and talk to your cousin or to some or a stranger, you know, about a product or a service, even though if it's good or bad. At the end of the day, and this is one thing that I learned coming from a data engineer background, I no longer want job security. Like, I want leverage, I want power, I want to be able to close my own deals, I want to be able to make my own money and get the middleman out of there, you know. And so that's where I'm at. So those are my words of wisdom this morning.